Our Sunday's market review is back on your channel, Leading Forex. My name is Kofi, your admin for this channel. How are you guys doing? And I hope you got some tips from our forecast last week. Now, if you are new to this channel, every Sunday we give you review, or we come your way with signals or trades that we think that you can take them to make profit. So we review the market together, we look at the analysis, and then we come to a conclusion on currencies that we should probably trade, or the direction that those currency pairs will go. We do that every Sunday on this YouTube channel, Leading Forex, and this video is about the same analysis. Now, before we look at this week's analysis, we first of all have to look at how last week's analysis turned out. And if you remember, last week I gave you a sell trade on NZD-JPY, AUD-JPY, CAD-JPY, and I also said that USD-JPY. If you remember, are we good? Now let's go and see what has happened in the market for last week. Now, here we are on the JPY pairs, and this was our first trade. The time frame here is weekly time frame, please. This is on weekly time frame. You can see this whole candle here was a candle for last week. This whole candle here was last week's candle, and it was a bearish candle. If you look at it, bearish. So for the past for the past 4 weeks, NZD-JPY has been on bearish for the past 4 weeks. So last week was another sell, which was a serious sell. But before then, if you remember, I told you that this was a support level. Okay, if you remember, I told you before last week began, I told you that last week closed on a support level, and so we can maybe get a little retracement, or can get some retracement before the downsell will continue. And truly it happened. There was a little retracement to the upside, which went almost more than 100 pips before the sell came. So those of you who really took note of that information would have still gotten their trades perfectly taken without any loss. So NZD-JPY was a sell. Now, let's look at AUD-JPY. AUD-JPY too was a sell, a beautiful sell. But before that, let's look at NZD-JPY. How many pips did it sell? NZD-JPY sold 317 pips. 317 pips. Wow. Now let's go for AUD-JPY. It also came sell, but let's look at how many pips it sold. It sold almost 517 pips. AUD-JPY, 517 pips. Now let's go again and look at CAD-JPY. This is also CAD-JPY, another beautiful sell. This is a whole week candle. So from the top here to the down here, CAD-JPY also sold 540 pips. And then USD-JPY, this was USD-JPY, another beautiful sell of how many pips? Of 720 pips. USD-JPY, 720 pips sell. And then if you want to look at other JPY pairs, the same. Look at GBP-JPY, another sell. And how many pips? That is about 1,000 pips. GBP-JPY, 1,000 pips sell for only last week. And then Euro-JPY is also here. Euro-JPY, another beautiful sell of about 714 pips. So as you can all see, JPY has been king for the past 4 weeks. And I told you that this is happening because of the fundamentals. I wouldn't want to talk about the fundamentals today, but I talked about that in my previous videos, other videos. So JPY has been very strong, and it has been taking other currency pairs down. It is not JPY alone. Chef too is doing the same. CHF or chef or Swiss franc, that currency is also very, very strong. And I told you last week that the fundamentals that is helping JPY and CHF to do what it is doing is because of the US elections. We all knew that it was going to be Donald Trump against Joe Biden. Little did we know that Joe Biden will step down from the race and then hand it over to Kamala Harris, the vice president. So now that the contest is between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, it means that whether we like it or not, Joe Biden's government is coming to an end by November. So if Joe Biden's government is coming to an end by November, the new government that may come may be Kamala Harris' government or Donald Trump's government. And because that is going to be a new government, which is going to be different from that of the current government, which is Joe Biden, the investors are not certain. They are not yet clear what policies these two new candidates will be bringing on board. And because they are not yet certain what policies and then what opportunities these two new candidates may be bringing in their government, it is making some of the investors to look for the safe haven currencies. They are kind of keeping their money or putting their monies in some safe haven currencies for now until they become sure of who is taking up the mantle from Joe Biden. Will it be Donald Trump or it will be Kamala Harris? So this is what is fueling the strength of JPY and then CHF, because we know that when it comes to safe haven currencies, JPY is a safe haven currency. CHF is also a safe haven currency. And then the US dollar itself. But now that the US dollar is the one having the issue, the investors prefer to put their monies in JPY and then Swiss franc, awaiting what will happen next. So this is the fundamentals that is making JPY and CHF to become very, very strong against other currencies. If you think it is only JPY, I want us to look at CHF pairs too and see what CHF pairs are also doing in the market. Now, let's look at CHF pairs. Look at Euro CHF. It has been selling. This is weekly time frame. A big sell. Did you see that? Big sell. 238 pips the whole week. Now GBP CHF. Look at GBP CHF. Another sell, which tells you the strength of CHF. And that is how many pips? This is also 380 pips. Look at USD CHF. Look at it. Another sell. Another beautiful sell. Which is how many pips sell? That is also 270 pips. And then look at the other chefs. Card chef. Look at card chef. Another beautiful sell. So it is telling you the strength of what? The strength of JPY. So this is also 208 pips. And then AUD chef. Look at another sell. So you can see it. And then NZD chef. Another sell. So now you understand how these fundamentals are playing out in the market. It is only on this channel that we will tell you how the market behaves in reality. It is not magic. It is because we know what the market is doing. So this is it. Now, if this is what is happening, then it means whatever is happening now will continue. Do you agree? Because the US elections are not yet over. They are even about to start. And you know the US, the way they do their elections is state by state. They will be voting from one state to the other. Gradually until November, when they will fully be done. And then the winner will be declared. So between now and November is when the elections will be over in the US. So between now and November, you need to know that this is the current environment. This is the current sentiment of the market. This is what traders will base their decisions on. So since traders have started moving their monies into JPY and CHF, it means that we may enjoy this trend a bit more. But the fact that we will enjoy this trend a bit more doesn't mean that there will not be pullbacks. There will be pullbacks on support levels. The trend is a sell, but there will be pullbacks on support levels. And so that is where you need to be very careful. If you don't take care and then you enter any trade just anyhow because you have been told what is currently driving the market, you'll be making mistakes. Now, there is also another thing that is going to play out in this week. Already, we know the US dollar is shaky because of the coming elections. But last Friday was NFP, non-formal payroll, which has to do with the number of people that got employed in the previous month. The US, they always come up with monthly statistics with regards to the number of people that got employed. Now, if you look at Friday's data, which gives us last month's results, which is July, the number of people that got employed in July, it is not encouraging. People have not been employed that much as compared to June. June had a lot of people being employed, but July has seen only a few people being employed. So since NFP is also bad for the US economy, then it means that the US dollar is going to suffer most at this moment. The US dollar is going to decline the more. But you need to trade cautiously because NFP didn't give us a good picture about US dollar. All right? Fine. Now, that is also settled. I have just given you another fundamental. Right? Now, what is going to be our decision in this week? What pairs are we going to be looking at? Now we know the stronger ones. We know the currencies that investors are interested in at this moment, and that is JPY and CHF. Most of them are dumping the dollar for the meantime. And so the current trend of JPY pairs are all selling. And the current pairs of CHF pairs are also selling. So since JPY is strong and CHF is also strong, it is advisable fundamentally that you do not trade CHF JPY as a pair. Does this make sense? Although there's going to be movement, although CHF JPY will move, but at the moment, investors are kind of interested in those two currencies. And so it is ideal or it is reasonable that you stay away from CHF JPY as a pair. Do I make sense here? So please, if you want to trade CHF JPY, I will beg of you to, for now, leave it alone. There are other better pairs you can focus your attention on. So what is going to be our trades, or what are the trades that we'll be looking for in this week, knowing the fundamentals that I have given? Now let's go back to the chart. Now, with the fundamentals that I have given, first of all, we can look at JPY pairs again. So if you take AUD JPY, if I zoom in a bit more, you will see that AUD JPY is heading towards a certain key level, which is here. That is one. And there's also another key level to watch out for, which is also here. These two key levels are support levels where AUD JPY can give us a bit of a reversal to the upside. So if you are looking at where the market is currently, where the price is, between where the price is to this yellow zone here, it's just about 156 pips. It's just about 166 pips, or let's say 160 pips. If it breaks this yellow zone, then we might be targeting the down one here, which is almost around 700 pips. So since we are giving you the weekly forecast, and you know that our weekly forecast, we target only a minimum of 100 pips, I will suggest that you should target only 100 pips from AUDJPY sell. Is that okay? AUDJPY, you should do a target sell. Is that okay? Apart from that, let's look at the other JPY pairs. CAD JPY. Okay, CAD JPY. Please, these yellow drawings has to do with the past one I just did. Those are the drawings. So if you want to delete the drawing, you just have to double click on it and you see some highlights giving you some small boxes at the end of the box. That is to tell you that you have highlighted on the box and then you can now delete. So you right click, then you delete. So if we look at CAD JPY2, it is also giving us similar picture. We have a support level here, which got respected twice. If you look here, it got respected here and got respected here too. Now CAD JPY is almost back into that support zone. If that support zone is broken, okay, if that support zone is broken, then trust me, it is going to come down to this level. Yes. If this is broken, then it's going to come down to this level. Are we good? So we are just doing the analysis now. I'll come to give you the trades that we should take. Let's look at NZDJPY. This is NZDJPY. Let me delete the yellow box. This is the previous yellow boxes. So the other one is here. Let me take it off. When you double click on the box, it will disappear. It will highlight and then you click to delete it. Now, this is NZDJPY. When you come here, you can see this is also another strong support area which NZDJPY has come to. A very strong one. If that one is also broken, then we can be looking at this one here next, which is this one here. So this is also how weekly, this is weekly. All this I am doing is on weekly time frame. Please take note of that. It's on weekly time frame. As for the trend, at this moment, the trend for all the pairs have been broken in terms of JPY pairs. The trend to the buy side has been broken. So at this moment, it is a sell trend. Take note of that. All the JPY pairs, at this moment, it is a sell trend. There is no buy trend at the moment. So take note. Okay. So this is also how NZD looks like. NZDJPY. Okay, fine. Let's get this one too deleted and then we'll go straight to look at USDJPY. This is also USDJPY. And USDJPY is also giving us a similar picture. This level was a resistance level which got broken to the upside and now has come back into that zone. Although it looks like it has broken that zone, but I still want to believe that that zone is not fully broken because of this level here. Because of this level here. Let me show you the level I'm looking at. Okay. Because of this level here. So if this also breaks, then we may be targeting another sell to the downside here. This level here will be another target. And then we therefore, if that is also broken, then we will be targeting the last level to the downside here, which is here. Do you get it? Yes. So between where the market is to this level, it's about 400 pips. 400 pips. So we'll come back to choose our currencies, the one we will trade. But at the moment, we just want to do all the analysis because this is what most of you do ask me that I should do for you to also know how to analyze the market. So I'm taking my time to do that for you. Now, which one again? GBP-JPY, the same thing. So GBP-JPY. Okay. Now, I would like you to take note of AUD-JPY, USD-JPY. These two. Take note of those two. And let's continue. Now, let's look at this one. This is GBP-JPY. At the moment, there is a big level here that we are looking at. This is a whole level. It is a whole level. It is a whole level. So if anything at all, this trade may come back into this level to somewhere here. Although this whole level is a potential reversal point, but with the current trend of GBP/JPY, I want to believe that ideally to come down to this level before there will be a reversal. And so if that should happen, then we are looking at how many pips? That is almost 500 pips downwards. All right? And if this is also broken, we may be looking at the last one down here. But at the moment, let's focus on this one because that is too much space. And then Euro/JPY. With Euro/JPY, the trend is not really broken as such. So that one too, we may be looking at this level here, this immediate level here, for the trade to come down to, okay, to this level here, which is about 433 pips. Okay, so this is going to be JPY pairs. I wish I could add the chef pairs, but at the moment, I don't want the trades to be too much. I don't want the trades to be too much. I want us to focus on a few. And so if I would like us to focus on a few, then I would suggest that we pick 3. And the 3 currency pairs I would like us to pick is USD/JPY, and we'll be looking at a sell. And then we'll also look at GBP/JPY, we'll look at a sell. And then we'll also look at Euro/JPY, and then we'll look at a sell. If we want to add more, then maybe we may be looking at AUD/JPY as the 4th pair. Is that good? And I hope you understand me. All right. So this is going to be our pairs. The first one is USD/JPY. We are looking at a sell. The second one is GBP/JPY, and then the third one is going to be Euro/JPY. Euro/JPY. This 3. And if they need be to add another one, then we may add AUD/JPY. All right. So let's go back to the chart and analyze. So here we are on the chart again. So our first trade is going to be USD/JPY here. So we'll be looking at a sell. If I go on the daily time frame, this is how the daily time frame looks like. And on the daily time frame, you can see that it is on a support level, on the small support level on the daily time frame. Okay? So it is on a support level on a daily time frame, which is here. Let me mark that area. Some small support level here. Do you see that? And that is the current support level this trade has got into. But I want to believe that this level will be broken, and our target, this is now on daily time frame, my people. So we may be looking at this level here. Okay? So we are targeting a sell. And we want, even if this trade will do something here, it may only give us a small pullback, and then it will drop back down for a sell. At this support level on the daily, if it really wants to give us some shaggy movement, then it may only go up a bit as a pullback, then it will drop down as a sell. So take note of that. So make sure, like I always instruct you, there is an instruction I always give. And the instruction is that wait for the market to open. When it opens, give it at least 1 hour. And then after 1 hour, most brokers will start closing their spread. And when they do, then you can now enter into the market. Is that okay? Ideally, if you really want a comfortable time, then from 2 hours after the market is opened, it is more comfortable at that point, because by then, all the spread has been closed by the brokers. So the spread comes down to its minimum, and it gives you the advantage to now take trades. Maybe at the end of the video, I will explain why I always say that don't open a trade whilst the spread is still very wide. I will explain that, okay? So let's go back to the chart. So this is our first trade, USD/JPY. We are selling it, okay? So take note of that. USD/JPY is a sell. And then GBP/JPY. GBP/JPY. This is also GBP/JPY. And like I told you, it is also on a minor support on daily. Okay? It is also on a minor support on daily. So this level here, that is where we are now. So even if it will give us some shaggy movement, it will just be some sell. The word shaggy, I think those who are Hausa people will understand what is shaggy. So if it will give us some shaggy movement, then it will only go up a bit and drop down and come to the next level down here. Come down to the next level here. Okay? So we are also targeting a sell. We are targeting a sell on GBP JPY. Are we good? Okay. Now, apart from that, let's look at our last pair that we want to look at, which is going to be Euro JPY, right? This is also Euro JPY. So Euro JPY2, we are looking at it coming down to this level. We are looking at it coming down to this level. All right? So we are still targeting a sell. Is that okay? So Euro JPY, we are targeting a sell. Are we good? Okay. Now, we have fully dealt with, and then maybe if AUD will come in, this is AUD. Like I said, if you need to add 4 trades, then this is where AUD will come in. Because if AUD is coming in, then we are looking at it from here. It may come down to this level or break and come down to the last level here. Is that okay? But I want to leave the analysis here because we have enough trades to look at. But if you also feel comfortable to trade the chef pairs, maybe you feel like going for the chef pairs, okay. If you feel comfortable and you want to go for the chef pairs, then I will suggest that the chef pairs, you look at GBP chef. You can look at GBP chef sell, and then USD chef to sell. GBP chef sell, USD chef sell. And then maybe, which one again? GBP chef, USD chef, and then maybe AUD chef. And then maybe AUD chef. So if you feel comfortable and you feel like going for the chef pairs, then maybe these are the trades that I can give you for the chef pairs. Is that okay? Now, what is my reason for asking you to wait for maybe an hour or two after the market is opened before you enter into the market? The reason I do that is because, or I say that is because, always whenever the market is opened, and the market opens every day, take note of this information. People think that the market only opens on Sunday night, which is in Ghana here, GMT, and then closes on Friday night. That is mostly what people think. That is not a lie, that is true, but it is not the whole truth. The market opens for the week on Sunday night here in Ghana, which is 9 p.m. GMT. 9 p.m. GMT, Ghana time, 9 p.m. on Sunday night. So today, as I speak to you, today's date is, what date is today? Let me check my date. Today is 4th of August. Today is 4th August. So today, Sunday, 4th August, the market is going to open in Ghana here, 9 p.m. When it opens, every day, around the same 9 p.m., the market will close and a new one will open. Why is this so? It is so because always the Australian market is the first to open. The reason the Australian market is the first to open is because, you know, our time. While some people are awake, others are sleeping. Hope you know that. And because some people are awake and others are sleeping, the market rotates. The forex market does what? It rotates. The time the banks in Australia will open their market, or the time the banks in Australia will open, that time the banks in Ghana are closed. Why? Because the Australian banks will open at 9 p.m. my time in Ghana here, which is in the night. That is morning. That is in the morning in Australia. Do you get it? So because of this, the market moves in sessions. So if you have read about or you have watched my video on the market sessions, we have the Australian market, which is the first to open because they are the first to experience day. So when they experience their banks will open. So the forex activities begin from there. And then it goes on to New Zealand. The New Zealand will also, the New Zealand and the Australians, they are almost equal in terms of time. So the New Zealand and the Australia and those in those countries, their banks will open for the forex activities to start. And that is why we always call that the Asian session, because they are in Asia and their time is in the night in Ghana here or other African countries here. So they are the first to open. So by the time they are getting to closing, that is the time that the London market, which is in Europe, will begin to open their banks. So it continues in that order. So by the time the Australian market is ending, then Sydney market will also be in session. The Sydney market will continue until in the morning when the London market opens, when the banks in London will open to also start their banking activities. Then we will say that the London market is also opened. So the London market will open when the Australian and others have closed. So it continues with the London market till somewhere 12 noon. Then the US market will also open. That is the time in around 12 noon in London time, which is around 1 p.m. in Ghana time. That is the time that the US market, theirs, is about to start, because by then it is morning in US. So whilst we are almost half of the day, around 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. in London and Ghana and other parts of Africa, the New York or the US session is now about to start, because it is now morning for them. So you see how the market rotates. So it rotates by the time it gets to 5 p.m. in US. By the time it gets to 5 p.m. in US, it will be 9 p.m. here in Ghana. And it will be morning again in Australia. So whilst the New York market is about to close, the New York banks or the US banks are about to close. At the time they are about to close, that is the same time the Australian banks are also about to open. So you see how the market rotates. So always the market closes at 9 p.m. my time. It closes in a sense that the New York market is the last to close. Immediately it closes, then the Australian session or the Australian market will also begin again. So it rotates like that for 24 hours. From Sunday, when the market opens at 9, till Friday, when the market will close officially at 9 for the weekends. And so every day, Monday, when it is 9, the US market will close for the new day, which is Australian market, to begin again. So between the New York market closing and the Australian market opening, there is always a spread or a wide gap of spread that the brokers give. Sometimes if you look at some of the pairs, the brokers can give 100 pips, 50 pips as spread. Some of the brokers can give 20 pips. Currencies like GBP NZD and Euro NZD, if you are not careful, your broker can give you about 150 pips as spread. They'll open the spread wide between the opening and closing of the market on each day. Now you understand. Now, the spread that the broker gives is the commission they want to benefit from allowing you to take your trade. And so if your broker at 9 p.m., when the market is about to close for another one to open, if your broker gives you a spread of 100 pips, it means that the trade that you are about to take, the broker is going to have a share of 100 pips. So it means that before you can be in profit, when you take a trade, before you can be in profit, the trade must officially go into profit 101 pip before you be in profit. If your broker has given you a spread of 100 pips and you decided to go in to take a trade, what it means is that before you can start being in profit, unless the trade goes in your direction 101 pip, because the first 100 pip is for the broker. So 101, from 101 going is yours. I don't know if this makes sense. If your broker puts 2 pips as spread on your trade, before you start making profit, your trade must go into profit 3 pips, because the first 2 is for the broker, and the broker takes it instantly. When it comes to the broker's commission, they always take it instantly. And that is why immediately you press a sell, or you press a buy, or you enter a buy or sell, you see that immediately the trade is in a loss. That loss you see on your trade immediately you enter into the market is the spread that the broker has taken. That is the broker's commission. So immediately you enter a buy or sell, the loss that you see is the number of spread that the broker has put on that trade. So if the broker put 5 pips as a spread on maybe GBP USD, and then you enter GBP USD buy or sell, immediately you see your trade in a loss of 5 pips. You see that money in negative on the trade. So it means that one is for the broker. If you choose to close that trade in that loss, it means the broker has taken his share. If you decide to wait for it to get into profit, it means the trade must move your direction. So if, assuming GBP USD, you bought it, you placed a buy, and the broker has taken 5 pips as spread, it means when you enter a buy, before you will be in profit, your trade has to move 6 pips. From 6 pips, then you can start enjoying your profit. And that is why when you are registering with a broker, you need to make sure that you look for a broker that has very tight spread. A broker that will give you a spread of maybe 1 pip or 2 pips or 3 pips. So if your broker is giving you 1 pip or 2 pips or 3 pips, when you enter a trade, it means if it is 1 pip, it means when the trade goes into profit 2 pips, it means you are in profit. If the broker has given you a spread of 2 pips, it means when your trade moves into profit 3 pips, it means you have started being in profit. If your trader gives you 3 pips, then it means when your trade moves into 4 pips profit, then it means you start seeing profit. Do you get it? So that is how the brokers get their commission. And that is why I always advise that at 9 p.m. when one market is closing, the last market is closing, the New York market is about to close, for the Australian market to open, the brokers always open their spread wide. They always do what? Open their spread wide. Now, I won't explain why they do that. Maybe another time. But I'm not sure I will. I don't think it is something I should do here. I won't. I won't. Maybe if the brokers will tell you why they do that, maybe they will. But I will not tell you why they do that. Okay? I know why they do that, but I will not tell you why they do that. The basic reason they do that is because they want to make profit. That is all. So nobody should come and ask me why do they do that. The basic reason why they do that at every time when the one market is about to close, the New York session is about to close for the Australian session to open. The reason they open their spread wide is because they want to make more profit. Done deal. No questioning. Because if you ask me, I won't answer. I have already given you the answer. Thank you. So, at that time, they are opening spread wide. Okay? They are opening their spread very, very wide. So, if the broker decide to put 20, 30 pips on a trade, then it means your trade, immediately you enter into the market, you see that your loss will be very huge. And you will be wondering, the trade hasn't gone against me yet, but why am I in such a huge loss? The reason you are in such a huge loss is because of the spread. The broker put a certain amount of spread on the trade. You didn't check, and then you entered into the market. So that is how come immediately you entered, you see that your loss is very huge. You cannot complain. It depends on how many pips the broker put on the trade at the time you are about to take it. So that is why I advise that wait for at least 1 hour, 2 hours maximum. And then the brokers will close back their spread to maybe 2 pips, 3 pips, 4 pips, 5 pips, depending on the broker you are using. When they close back their spread, then you now have something small to give to them. When they are taking something small from you, then it's fair. You can now begin to take your trades. So this is why I always tell you to wait 1 hour, 2 hours, and allow the spread to close before you enter your trade. Does this make sense? Thank you if you have watched up to this point. I'm sure you have learned something new. Or if you knew this already, you've just refreshed your memory. All right, this is Leading Forex YouTube channel. This is our Sunday market review. If you are looking for a broker to sign up with, go to the description of my videos. You see my recommended brokers. Sign up with one of them. If you're in Europe, I have brokers for you. If you're in Europe, I also have brokers for you if you're in Africa. That you can sign up with and enjoy good spread and also enjoy other benefits. All right? They have user-friendly interface and so many other opportunities and things that are available. So go to the description of my videos. Any of my videos, you see my broker recommendations. Choose one. You see broker 1 to broker 7. Depending on where you are, you have your answer. You have your broker, depending on where you are. Apart from those of you in the US. If you are in the US, I haven't recommended any broker in the US. But if you are not in the US, any other parts of the world, I have 7 different brokers that you can register with. Is that okay? That is that. I'll see you in the course of the week. If you are in my free Telegram channel, a lot of benefits going on there. You can continue to enjoy. If you are also in my VIP channel, the VIP one comes with a cost. A yearly subscription of $100. I don't have monthly subscription. No. It's one time yearly. So once you join, every year you renew your subscription. I don't have anything like monthly or weekly or whatsoever. No. I have never taken that before. The VIP channel has been there for almost 2 to 3 years now. I have never taken half payment or something for some. No, it has always been $100. So before you contact me for that, make sure you have your $100 ready. Then you can be in the VIP group where I share signals in the course of the week. Do not also contact me to ask me how many signals do you give in a week. I don't have that statistics. I only share signals as and when I also see some and I want to trade. So the signals I share with the VIP members are trades that I want to personally take. They are the ones I share. So don't ask me how many do I share in a week. I don't know. I don't have that statistics. But anytime I see a signal and I want to share, I share. I give it out to the VIP members. And some of them are given to the free members. And some of those VIP group signals are also given to my downlines. I mean, those who have registered a live account through my broker link. Some of them also benefit from those signals. Is that okay? Thank you. I'll see you in the course of the week with more videos. We'll be having 1 or 2 more tutorials in this week. So stay here for more. We have a lot coming your way.